Hey everyone, and welcome to Self-Worth School. We are back in session. I'm joined today by both a friend and local business owner, Emily Innes, who's a personal stylist and has just like the most awesome community online and a really cool business. And I'm really excited about what we're going to be chatting about today. Our theme, as I will have already mentioned in the intro, is about how to feel more like you in what you'll wear. And today's lesson is going to be about self-expression, confidence, and reconnecting with your personal style on your own terms and how that can have an effect on your self-worth and confidence. So welcome, Emily. Thank you so much for coming on. So just if we start off, just tell us a little bit about you. You're our teacher today. We want to hear a little bit about who you are, what you do, what got you there, and how you help women like reconnect with their style and themselves.
Okay, so I set up my business way back in 2019. So before that, I worked for an IT company. I'd worked there for 10 years and I hated every second of it. I hate computers. I'm like the least technological person ever. It was just the job that kind of worked around my life.
Yeah, paid the bills.
It paid the bills. It was conveniently located. I was getting paid maternity leave when I went off to have my children. So it fitted at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've got two little boys who are now 7 and 9. But when I had my second little boy, I was off on maternity leave and I wasn't feeling great about myself. I'd lost who I was in the kind of absolute chaos of motherhood. I'd had 2 children under 2. So there's only 18 months between them. So it was just an absolutely roller coaster experience of just shit and what is happening, like holding on for dear life. And yeah, I'd got diagnosed when I was 9 months with postnatal depression. And I just really wasn't looking after myself. I was just surviving the day and throwing on whatever was laying off the floor that would do and just like getting to the end of the day. And that was the aim at the time.
Just get through. Just
Get through the day. Like life was just so hard and so chaotic. I was just not on my list of priorities at all, not even close. So during this time, I was feeding one night in the middle of the night and kind of scrolling on my phone as you do. And I came across the world of online personal styling and I was like, it piqued my interest a bit. So I delved a bit deeper into it and ended up going down a right rabbit hole of it. And it just sounded amazing. So I dipped my toe in the waters and thought, I'll have a go. Ordered like a colour analysis online. And getting the results back reignited in me who I was before I had the kids. I was like, I used to wear these colours and I used to dress like this. And it reminded me who I was. And it was almost a stepping stone of rediscovering myself again. And through that process of doing that, I was like, this is amazing, actually. And I can 100% see myself doing this as a way to help other women. Like everyone needs to know about this. Like, can't be the only one feeling like this. And if it's helped me feel so much better in such simple things like just changing the colours that you wear, then yeah, this is what I can do to help other people. While I was off on maternity leave with Ozzy, I went and took a personal styling course, qualified, and then started setting up the business on the side of working part-time and around the kids, which was chaos. I don't know how I did it now, looking back. You just get, you don't you?
I think, if you have that kind of, like you feel excited about something and you like believe in it, you will just push forward.
Yeah, I think that was it. Like, I feel so strongly about what I'm doing and about being able to help other women that it was just like, I felt like this is what I was meant to do. It's like our mission. Yeah, I made it my mission to set the business up and haven't really looked back since. So it's been a bit wild. It was hard in the beginning. I was doing it around work and couldn't give away my services for free. Even I was like begging people, like, please let me help you.
Please let me give you your colours.
Yeah, please. But yeah, I just carried on because I had so much faith in what I was doing. And never at any point did I think this isn't going to work. Like I knew it was going to work. I just had to keep at it. So yeah, 6 years on, the business is booming. We've got thousands of clients now. I'm employing 4 other ladies that work for me who help me run the business. We've got an office space. So yeah, things have really snowballed and took off in a way that I never imagined, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like such an awesome story and journey. And like I say, I love the fact you're saying, like, I just had that faith. And I think when you have that faith in that purpose, and it's just a matter of finding the angle or keeping going or making yourself more visible or whatever it is. And now you are where you are. And we've got to mention your Facebook group as part of this as well, because I'm in it. Pretty much all the local women that I know are in it. And it's not just a local group. It's just obviously that's who I chat to it about. But you've got a huge Facebook group community. And I love the fact that one of the rules is like pretty much my motto for life, which is don't be a dick. And there are no dicks in there. So it's just women sharing, like sharing outfits, either just for you, this is what I'm wearing, or needing to pick an outfit for a wedding. And everyone like gives really supportive and constructive advice. It's just a really lovely place. I love seeing the stuff on my feed.
It's a great community. So we've just reached 30,000 members, which is wild, because in the beginning it was literally just me and my mom and my sister. We'd just like chat to each other. But yeah, over the years it's really built up, and we've got women from all over the world in there. And like you say, they're all so supportive. To start with, the only rule was don't be a dick, because I just feel that covers all bases.
It really does.
Stick to that rule, then, everyone's going to be happy. But we have to add more as the group's grown. But yeah, it's an amazing place. And it's not just women of our age, it's all ages. We've got a lot of older ladies in there who I love seeing their outfits, and it's having like 30,000 friends in your phone, and you can go, oh, I've just got this top from wherever. What do you think? And they'll just all answer, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great place.
It's really awesome. You should be really proud. Okay, so if we move on to a shared struggle that a lot of women have around fashion, style, confidence, so many women, like yourself, like you were telling in your story, whether it's because of motherhood or maybe your body has changed or you've been through a health struggle, there are a lot of different reasons why we might feel like we've lost their style or they don't know what suits them anymore. So we touched on a couple of reasons about why that might happen, but why do you think that happens, that women lose this sense of style, they don't know what suits them anymore?
So I think as women, we have got the really shit end of the stick. I think just in life, I think it starts from very young, maybe like teenagers, even earlier sometimes with puberty and getting periods, and then it's a roller coaster from then on. Just rubbish stuff that happens to others that men don't have to deal with. Like men's kind of lives just going like this. Whereas women were like, well, there's just always bloody something coming up. So whether it's periods and all the related issues that come with those, pregnancies, postpartum, and then we've got perimenopause, menopause, and then everything else that goes with it, the kind of weight gain, weight loss, and then the societal pressure of having to look back to 20 forever. Like, it's just a lot. And I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves unnecessarily to look and be a certain way and fit a certain aesthetic. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard being a woman. And I think,
it does. Yeah, sorry. It does come from a lot of angles, like you say. And even for people like myself who's kind of womanhood journey may not go the kind of traditional route. Obviously, there's people that are childless by choice. There are people like myself who are childless not by choice. And even if you're not going through that, like you said, the teenage, the pregnancy, the motherhood, whether it's going through treatment or say changing size and shape, there's still a lot of societal pressure on, like you say, what you look like, what you're wearing, how your body changes. And it's, you're right, we get scrutinized a lot more, I think, than men. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. I think as women, a lot of worth is placed on how we look. And I know that we're trying to move against that as a whole, but I think still, even now, like it boils down to that, and sadly.
Yeah. But there is the positive side as well of like fashion, style, wearing what you want to wear. Because, in one hand, we're talking about like the superficial side of people judging women based on what they look like, image and stuff. But if we take the argument to the positive there, what do you say to women who feel like, or women, anyone really, who feel like caring about clothes or colours that we're wearing or whatever is superficial, when actually I've certainly feel it's a lot about like self-expression, confidence, identity. What do you say about that? Oh, how can just knowing my colours and wearing what I want have such an impact? Are they not superficial things?
Yeah, so it definitely, on the surface, it feels like it's superficial. Oh, I'm going to put this colour on and going to change my whole line. And I know it sounds wild, but actually it can. And then I've worked with so many women and had first-hand experience of it happening. And it is the clothes, but it's so much deeper than the clothes. Like the clothes are like the tip of the iceberg. Once you start changing your clothes and wearing different colours and expressing yourself a bit more through what you're wearing, I feel like it brings you a lot closer with who you are inside. And I think that's the aim. And that's actually why I called the business Style Me Happy, because the happy is the focus and the styles, the kind of the route to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot deeper. And I think women come to me going, oh, I need a whole new wardrobe. I'm thinking the clothes are the problem. But do you know what? The clothes are never the problem. It's always the clothes can help to guide you on the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the route is always deeper than the clothes.
Yeah. So you're saying like it's about the becoming happy, knowing what it is that you want to wear, how you want to express yourself, what looks good on you, and having the confidence to,
And knowing who you are as a person. I think until you know who you are as a person, you can never dress as you. You're always going to be dressing as somebody else. And I deal with this so much with my ladies. They'll create this Pinterest board and they'll want to dress like this influencer and this influencer. And I'm like, but they dress as them. You need to dress as you. But I think that women find a lot of the time that they're so lost in who they are that they don't dress as them because they don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to express that.
Yeah. I honestly couldn't agree more. I always say as part of my coaching and even just my overall message, you can't be confident in who you are. And obviously we're talking about it from how you express yourself through what you wear in this instance. But I always say you can't be truly happy, confident, and live on purpose if you don't know who you are. And like you say, part of that is self-expression, same but through wearing what you wear and wearing things that make you feel good. And I always remember I've always considered myself to have quite a strong sense of like self and style and self-expression. But I always remember when I was at college, even though I was only like 16, 17, there were like two girls that were in my year and we knew each other, but we weren't like super good friends. And I remember that they came to me on a Monday or something and said, oh, we were out together in like shopping and we both said, oh, I saw a top on the rack or whatever and said, who's that? And they both said Rosie. And I was like, even at that age, I was like, oh, wow, people like know what season or know what kind of stuff I wear. And like, I really associate that with like self-expression. And I was like, really, that really made me like happy that someone would know or recognize me in that style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, total sense. Having that kind of identity through what you're wearing is huge.
Cool. Let's move on to the kind of main meaty part of the lesson, because you, as we've mentioned already, you use colour analysis, but you also use body shape guidance as well. You've got a few different packages that you help women with. But as part of your process of helping people work out what looks good on them, what they want to wear that feels like part of them. So how do these tools, this colour analysis and the body shape guidance, just tell us a bit more about how this works in terms of helping people feel more like themselves again?
Okay. So colour analysis is based on your natural colouring. So I'll look at your eye colour, your hair colour, your skin tone, and a load of other things, and look at a variety of different colours and how those colours react when you put them on. Some people are going to look better in brighter colours. Some people are going to look better in softer colours. And I think we've all probably had this experience of when you wear something and you might have just thrown it on and not even realised, and you go out of the house and you get stopped and people are like, you look amazing today. Like, you look, what have you done different? Have you done something different? Like, you look really fresh. And that is always because you're wearing one of your good colours. It just brings out the kind of glow inside you outwardly to everyone else, because the colours that work in harmony with kind of your natural colouring, I suppose. Yeah. So it sounds crazy and you think, oh, I'll just wear whatever I like. And obviously you can. It's not a rule book at all. It's just a kind of tool. And I think that's what all of this is. It's kind of knowledge is power type of situation. Yeah. The more you know, the more you can work with it and also work against it. Once you know what you're doing, you can break the rules a little bit. Same with body shape. I think a lot of women will go shopping and they'll be like, my friend looks really good in this outfit. And they'll put the outfit on and they'll be like, oh, hang on, I look awful. It must be me. And they blame themselves. And it's not that. It's probably because you've got completely different body shapes and completely different colouring. Yeah. I spent a long time trying to wear the same things that my sister would wear because they look great on her. But since doing all of this, I now know because we're completely different seasons, the colours that look great on her actually aren't going to work on me. So yeah, it's just a little toolkit, I suppose, of you can go into a shop and kind of rule out a load of colours because you know already that isn't going to be the best choice for you.
Or like shapes of dresses or jeans, I would imagine.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
well.
Just things like necklines can make the biggest difference to whether you feel good in something or not.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's totally right. Because I love a sweetheart neckline, and I don't know if that's just because I like looking at it, or actually that just suits my shoulders or shape. But also, like you say, you want to wear like I really want to wear like wide leg jeans, but I think because I'm quite petite, so like you have to find, like you say, the right ones, don't you, and the right shape. And if you can do that, like I say, it does make you feel good.
Yeah.
It does, no doubt. And what's the shift that you see that happens when women stop dressing to hide? Because there is that element of hiding, isn't there? Or fitting in, or say dressing like their influencer or their mate or their sister, and starts to dress to express who she is. What's that shift that you see, or that you've even had yourself?
Just think it is a mindset shift. I think that's the main part of it.
Mm,
Is that's a big part of everything that I do. Really, is getting that kind of change of doing stuff for you and not for anyone else is massive. But I think once people do flip that switch, you can see it. It's a visible difference in
mm.
people. Like it is like night and day with some of the client transformations that I've seen with my clients and in the Facebook group. It is like two different people. The confidence and yeah, almost like the charisma, and then it just shines out of people when they're doing stuff for themselves and they found that joy in dressing
Mm.
rather than it being a chore.
Yeah. Is there a story or a moment or anything that sticks out where someone had like a light bulb moment and just, rediscovering their style or themselves? Is there anything that any particular story that comes to mind? I'm sure you've got
But
so
honestly,
many.
yeah, I've got so many. There's actually a highlight on my Instagram with my clients where you can have a look through a lot of the kind of before and after kind of transformation pictures. And there's loads in the Facebook group. There was one in the Facebook group actually last week about from a lady who said that she wasn't feeling great. She didn't want to go out. She had to go out on this night out. She wasn't really up for it,
Mm.
but she put on an outfit in something that she knew she would feel good in the right colours. And she posted a video that someone had taken of her at the end of the night. And I think she might have had a few wines. And she was out in some kind of beer garden in the rain on her own, dancing away.
Living
And
life.
honestly, it just filled me with so much joy to see her having the best time after saying she didn't want to go. And yeah, she was just thanking the group for giving her the confidence to go and feel good about herself. And that was the end result. So it's things like that pop up all the time. And it's amazing to see.
Yeah, it is awesome. There's one that I saw a couple of months ago as well. I don't know if you'll remember if I'll get it right, but there's like a lady who, like, it's one of the older ladies of the group, but she's got like a really sharp, colourful style. And I think she maybe hadn't posted in the group for a bit. And it was really nice. People were like, has anyone seen so and so or whatever? And then
Yes,
she
I know who you
posted,
mean.
do you know who I mean? And she's
Yeah.
got like really, when I say out there in the best way, do you know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
not, she's a season where she can wear like super bright colours. And yeah, she like, you have this idea of what somebody who perhaps reaches a certain age where you get more conservative and chill, and actually she just looked like friggin' amazing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think that's something that I go through with my clients as well a lot is that style and colours and fashion don't have an age limit. Like that people put these kind of self-limiting beliefs on
yeah,
themselves that they don't exist. And I think people need to be questioning where they come from. Who says you're too old? Who says you're too big or too tall or too whatever? Like they're just stories we tell ourselves and none of them are actually true. To see people who are older embracing amazing style, it's amazing to see.
yeah, it is awesome. Okay, so bringing it back to self-worth then, we've touched on this a little bit in terms of identity and expressing yourself and being confident, but in your kind of opinion, how does the way we dress connect to our self-worth? How do you see that kind of playing out?
So I think my story is probably a really good example of this. When I was struggling and wasn't looking after myself at all, I probably didn't, self-worth wasn't even on the cards at all. Like I was just so low down the pile. I'd dress in pretty much like a black top, a grey hoodie, whatever I could find. There was no colour in my life at all. I'd just throw on a pair of jeans, and honestly, I'd just blend into every other person. And then I think as you find that confidence and you are worthy of putting that time and effort in to feel good about yourself. It's not selfish. It's not superficial. It is 100% worth doing. And I think once you start realizing that, you can bring those colours in and your confidence grows massively. And I find it with a lot of women as well, where they'll save their good clothes. Like, oh, I can't wear that. That's too nice to wear because I'm only going to Tesco's. And I'm like, wear it. What does it matter? And I think that kind of boils down to a bit of self-worth as well. They don't feel worthy of wearing the good clothes just to go to Tesco. They need an occasion to wear the good clothes. Where I'm just thinking, wear your good clothes all the time.
Yeah,
Feel
that's
good all
something.
the time.
Yeah, that's something that I try and do because I have like some nice clothes. And obviously, we're not talking about wearing like an evening dress to Tesco or whatever. Sometimes I'll wear like one of my nice summer dresses and someone will go, "Oh, you look nice. Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Everywhere. I just want to look pretty today."
Yeah.
But I will sometimes constantly question myself about where I'm going. What if I'm overdressed compared to everybody else? Or like I said, what if I've got a postcard around here somewhere that says like, every day is a good pants day. Like you only wear your best pants on the bed on the best like occasions of like weddings.
That's it. Life's the occasion.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
exactly.
need
Like
to-
obviously not to bring the mood down, but we could be gone tomorrow. And what do you want to just save your best stuff for the special occasions? Which, you know, as you get older, you get less of, don't you? You move from weddings to like maybe second weddings, and then the next part's like funerals in it. So you may as well crack on. So with that in mind, then. How do you feel like we move past that place of or dressing from a place of insecurity or people pleasing or anything like that? What's your thoughts on how to do that? Is it just the life short, feel good?
I think it's a process. I think it's, you're not going to change everything overnight. It's something that kind of happens with time. And then over the time, your confidence builds and you'll get a bit braver in your choices. So I think anyone going into trying this kind of thing, you need to expect it to take a little bit longer. It's not a quick fix. So finding out your best colours and the body shape, things that are going to work for you is really great. But you then need to put it into practice. And I think we've all got things in our wardrobe that we love, but we're a bit scared to wear out the house. I don't know about you. It might be dungarees or a jumpsuit or just something that you don't normally wear and you feel a bit of a dick in it, but you still love it. And I think it's kind of finding the confidence to wear these things and maybe wear it to the shop or wear it on the school run and building up and realizing nothing bad's going to actually happen. And in fact, people might go, "Oh, you look nice." And then it'll build your confidence a bit more. So yeah, it's a process and you have to take the little steps in the right direction and keep doing it.
And if someone did say something, then obviously they're a dick and we don't listen to dicks. So that's the lesson.
People very rarely make bad comments about what you're wearing.
No,
Like, honestly, I go out the house wearing all kinds of manner of crazy items. And no one bats an eyelid because, people, they might give you a bit of a second glance. The people generally who are going to comment and say things that you might take to heart are people, it's going to be, it's always the moms, the grandmas, the sisters, the people who are closest to you. And
I feel like they can just say it.
Yeah. With my ladies, a lot of them always had like very critical moms.
Yeah.
It's a real theme. And I think what you have to take into account is that what people say is a reflection on them and not on you. So the fact that someone's mum might say, "Oh, what are you wearing?" It just means that it's not something that they would wear. It doesn't mean you shouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
And keeping that in mind, like what people say is just reflecting on
what they think. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't wear it and that's fine. They don't have to wear it.
Yeah. That's such an interesting connection actually about the critical mum thing. Because I could see why that would, because again, not wanting to get like too deep into psychology or whatever, we are driven to get approval from our primary caregivers. And so if our mums have been conservative, you don't want us to, don't wear that, don't stand out, don't stand out from the crowd, don't do this. Like that is going to hit home and have some kind of influence. But like you say, it is more about what they think or maybe what they've been brought up to think, or maybe they don't want to stand out, or actually maybe they would love to be able to do that, but they haven't. And then that's how they express it. Yeah, that's a really interesting connection that I bet quite a few people go, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming to our lesson takeaway then. So if the women listening to this today could come away with one like message or mindset shift in their head, what's like the one thing that you would want every woman to take away from today's conversation that they would remember in like a sentence or two?
I'd say that you're worthy of the effort. You're worthy of the clothes. You're worthy of putting the time in. It's not selfish. It's not superficial. It is absolutely necessary, I think,
Mm,
to become the kind of confident woman who you know you want to be.
yeah, love it. And our listener homework, so we always give our listeners like one like small, simple, practical action that they can take to implement the takeaway and what we've chatted about today. So what's one small thing that our listeners could do this week to help them feel more like themselves in what they wear? What would you suggest as like a small practical action they could do?
Okay, so I'd probably say wear a colour. Wear a colour that you love, that you might be a bit scared to wear. Because I know we're all so guilty of hiding away in black because it's safe or it's slimming or all these things which aren't true at all. Yeah, find a colour in your wardrobe that maybe you haven't worn for a while that you actually do love and wear it. And yeah, move forward that way in that confidence and build that up.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, thanks so much, Emily. I've really enjoyed our conversation today, and hopefully everyone else will be or will do as well when they listen. So we're going to share Emily's Insta, because that's often where you hang out, isn't it? Insta, and we'll share the Facebook group too for anybody that wants to check it out. He can check out Emily and check out her services if it feels like something that you would benefit from, which I think we all would. Like even people who are quite confident in their style, I think having that knowledge and direction of what really suits you to best can just help take it to that next level. So we'll leave that information for you all to check out. But yes, thank you so much for being our teacher today, Emily.
Thank you for having me. It's been great. I feel like we could have just talked all day.
Absolutely. Could have talked so much more. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, everyone. So there you go, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I really love how Emily makes style feel doable and personal and fun without any of the pressure or perfectionism that the fashion world can often sometimes bring. So if you're ready to take the next step in finding your colours, your shapes and your confidence, I'm going to share Emily's links in the show notes, including her Instagram account and her hugely supportive Facebook group. And remember, when what's on the outside reflects who you are on the inside, you can walk into any room knowing that you're showing up as you. So until next time, just remember you deserve a life that's as awesome as you are. And the more that you own your worth, the more that your life will rise to meet you. Have a great day.